do one of our maintenance things, something that we do every couple months. And if you can tell what we have here, we are going to cut the dogs because their hair is getting quite long and they need a haircut. So this is something that we have done since they were puppies and we got them. We decided that we were going to take on the task of cutting their hair. We didn't know what we were doing then, and honestly, I'm not sure that we really know what we're doing now, so we don't profess to be dog groomers by any means. To do this task, these are the things that we need, and we carry them with us. We have this foldable table, which we can put them up here so we don't have to sit on the floor, bend over, break our back to do this. Most importantly, we have our clippers. These are an Andis brand. We bought them at a pet store. They're more of a professional type, so they're heavy duty, commercial grade type of thing. And they come with these disposable blades. We use these a few times for each dog typically, but then as the cutting starts to get more difficult, we'll replace them. This is what a replacement blade looks like. They can be bought right off of Amazon, or they can also be bought in a place like Petco or any other pet store like that. We have their nail clippers. We do their nails more often than their haircuts because they need it, but we also do it when they get their haircut. These are pretty easy to use. One of the nice things about these is they have this little guide so that you can't put them in too far to when you trim their nails and cut the quick. We also have a pair of scissors, and this is what we use just to get into those little finer places, like in and around the pads of their paws, maybe a little bit closer to their eyes. So we do keep a nice pair of hair cutting scissors for that. These are specific for pets, and we bought them also at a pet store. And then the other important thing that we need is Cool Care, and this is an Andis brand. I think they make it in many different brands, but what you do is here and there you spray the blade while you're cutting them, and that cools it down so that it doesn't get really hot next to their skin, because the blade does get pretty hot. One of the things that we also do to make sure that we don't cause them any discomfort is as we're going, sometimes we'll just put it against our skin to make sure that it's not getting too hot. And then, because we don't want to make a mess, one of the other really important things is a bag for hair, because it will go all over the place. So that is the start of it, everything we need, and I will do one of them at a time, but I'll show you a couple quick shots of each of them and how it goes. Okay, so we are gonna start with Teddy today. His hair is getting pretty long. Cockapoos don't shed the same that other dogs do. They have a hair, and that's why they have to be trimmed here and there. So we've got our clippers. We're just gonna turn them on, and we are gonna start. You can see this is going to be pretty short in comparison, but that's good. It allows us to go a little bit longer in between their haircuts. And what I'm going to do is I wanted to show you this so you can see the difference, but I'm going to move on to his face. I tend to do their faces pretty early in the cut while they still have the most patience, because it does require them to hold pretty still. Okay. So we've moved into our tent because it got a little windy outside, and when it's really windy, the hair blows all around. So I was having to stop every couple seconds just to pick up the hair. As you can see, we've started Teddy's face already. His neck's pretty short, but I'm going to show you some of what we do here. He's pretty used to this, so even though it's not his favorite thing, he does know to hold pretty still. especially when you get in close to his face. But that's also, like I said, why I tend to do that early on in the haircut, just so that he still has enough patience to get this part done. There we go. So we've gotten in and around his eyes, quite a bit of his snout. And so we'll go up and have to come up and underneath here. So we've gotten most of his face done here. As you can see, his ears, even though they are really cute this way, are really long. And their ears can be a place that trap all kinds of moisture and just get really dirty. So we make sure that we trim those also, nice and short, just like the rest of him. So just go down over the top, nice and gentle. Move it around, make sure we get in here. Lift it up. Make sure we get the inside nice and short.
Okay, cooking's all done. What do you want some help with here?
Excellent. I'm just doing his ears.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna need some help holding him up. This table's a little slippery where his paws aren't done yet.
Sure.
So he's sliding around a bit.
What if I work on some paws while you're doing that?
That'd be great.
Okay, I'm gonna just go around to the other side.
So as I mentioned before, one of the things that tells us it's about time for them to get a haircut is their paws get really long, and all kinds of hair grows in between their pads. And then on the slippery floor of the RV, they start to slide around a little bit. And just where they're getting older, I don't want them to get hurt by accident, doing something that they would normally do and not bother them. So that's one of the things that we definitely make sure that we get done and do a good job. So I'm gonna pause the camera for a bit and then we'll check in shortly. Okay, so Teddy is done. As you can see, we talked about he's nice and short, his ears are nice and short. I'm not sure if you can see the difference in his paws, but we've cut them all real short and then cut all that little fur in between the pads so that he can stand up nice and easily.
When we did his ears, we also got the hair on the inside of the ears too.
Oh yeah, definitely. So. And so this is what he looks like when he's got his haircut.
Now he's gonna go get a bath.
Yeah, bath time, and then it's Brownie.
Okay, so here we have Teddy. He is getting his bath. The water is a little bit chilly, but thankfully it's actually pretty warm here, so not too bad. April's gonna do it nice and quick. Our pet soap, which we get at just any pet store or Amazon or wherever. And yeah, that's about it. Soap them all up, rinse them all off, and dry them.
Here we have Brownie. April's already getting started on him. If you can see, he is pretty long too. One of the indicators for him is it starts to be able to be difficult to see his eyes because his hair flops right over. So that means it's definitely time for a haircut. We typically always work on Brownie together, and that's just because he's getting older and he's a little more lame than Teddy is, has some arthritis, and he's also our pup that's blind. So we're gonna do some cutting and we'll check back in a bit.
So before you start, about how long did it take us to do Teddy?
Oh, that was probably with the bath, about
Less than a half hour or so, right?
About that, I would say.
And nails cutting and all that.
Yep, so haircut, nails cut, bath, about a half an hour.
Usually both dogs we try to get them done. Not that we're hurrying, but it's just nice. The dogs are, it's spa day for the dogs and they don't hate it, but it is also a lot of stress for them. And so we try to work as quickly as we can. And like usually a half hour or so a dog is about enough for them for their age. So for Brownie, he gets really tired really fast when we do this. And like I said earlier, so if we can try to get him laying on his side, he's a lot more relaxed. Give him a, you know, nice pet and massage and stuff. And you know, Jess and I kind of take turns and, you know, try to get as much hair off at a time as we can. But he's a great pup when it comes to doing this. He lets us do around his feet and his face and that sort of thing. And not that he's chill, but he definitely cooperates. All right, we'll be back.
Now he is getting ready for his nails to be cut and a bath just like Teddy.
And then I'll work on some cleanup, and then we also get a bath. All right, bye.
So now it is cleanup time. Thankfully we have this really awesome small shop vac that does a great job. And then for anything that's left over, we have this great little mini blower, which is fantastic. So these are the pups after their haircuts and their bath. Pretty short, but pretty cute. And if we look inside this bag, this is what we got off of them. It looks like 2 little dogs in there. Holy. All right, another successful haircut, bath, and nail day.